Hello there, Lyndon Thorpe here. I'm leading a campaign called Escape the 9-to-5 Grind, Financial Mastery with the Anti-9 to 5 Income Plan. Just remember, escape the 9-to-5 grind. That's the most important point. I've been running these events now for a while, and I'm eager to connect with people who can see that the traditional work model is collapsing, it's crumbling around us. And so we have to create an alternative future. We can't really depend any longer on the hourly paid traditional work model, which has dominated history for so long now. Instead, we need to accept that we are in the middle of the digital revolution, that our internet presence is what will secure our future. No longer will we have to bow and scrape to a boss, commute every day. I can show you how to cut those chains with your 9-to-5 job and make a handsome living from the internet as a netpreneur, as a creative being, building something entirely from scratch that is built entirely on your creativity. It's very exciting. Anyway, more of which anon. Let's get started with this short presentation today. Here are my slides. So as you know, the title of event 4 is Traveling Hopefully, Never to Arrive, Destination Unknown. Okay, so this idea that we are taught that we can in some way control our destination, that we somehow have control over the future. And mostly business people advocate goal setting. Okay, well, goal setting is great, but it still doesn't guarantee that your future, your destiny is secure. So today I'd like to talk a little bit about a different kind of goal setting, which will allow you to travel, hopefully, never to arrive. The idea being that the journey is everything. The destination is not so exciting, actually. In other words, the process of building something that is based entirely on your creativity, your ideas, your intelligence, your emotions, and so on is just so exciting. And I'm hot in the middle of it right now. I'm now in my second year of building my own businesses from the ground up with no knowledge of business at all. Well, I had knowledge because I taught business studies at university, but only theoretical knowledge. I've never put it into practice before. So during these events, I want to share my story with you and inspire you to get out there and do what I'm doing, which is the best thing I've ever done. Never been happier, never been more fulfilled. So let's move forward and look at today's reflective questions. Well, the main question is, what's the difference between goals and ambitions? Please take a moment to think about this in your case, for you. How does it feel for you? Don't think about definitions out there. Think about you. What are your goals? What are your ambitions? Okay, and remember that goals really are plans to achieve something or implement something. And of course, when we're establishing a business, we need those kind of goals. But ambitions are more about your general desire or your aspirations. And I'm maintaining that you can achieve those as well if you take the right approach. So please think about those questions. I'll just add them to the bottom of the screen so you can remember them as I move onward with my presentation. So what are your goals? What are your ambitions? And what does that mean for you personally? One of the things that governs goal setting is time. And what I learned a long time ago is that time is only a concept. It's a convenient concept that humans have invented and that has become so dominant that we can experience people regularly getting stressed, having panic attacks, and this is very often associated with time constraints and deadlines and so on. But yeah, time is only a concept. We think in linear time. That's the developed society's model of this. Time is a line, and you follow the line. And yesterday comes before today, and today comes before tomorrow. But I have to inform you that that is not the way a large number of people see time. Some years ago, I had the privilege of accompanying a group of Australian Aboriginals, aging and rather sickly, away from the settlement that had been made for them by white Australians, walking away from those conveniences, a roof over their head, water supply, and so on and so forth, walking away from all that back to their traditional lives in the middle of Australia, the hottest place on earth, called Arnhem Land. And I was part of a team. We were building shade shelters and were moving ahead of them to build these shade shelters, very primitive, using a wooden structure with netting over the top, and then putting spinifex grass on top to keep the sun out, so that the elderly and young children too, who the elderly wanted to bring up in a traditional Aboriginal way, were resting during the day. When it was so hot, we were resting too. And then at night, they would walk and we would go on and build another shade shelter for them further along the route. So it was an amazing time. And during that time, I became friendly with the tribal leader, who was called Ninija. And you'll hear more about this later in the event series. But she taught me that time is a circle. It's not linear at all. That's the way our intellectual mind sees it. But in fact, she and her people saw it as a circle. And they have something called deep time. And this goes back 30 million years. If you ask an Aboriginal how long they've been on the earth, they will say, we've always been here. So there is a quality to their concept or their view of time, their experience of time, which is really inspiring for we linear time addicts. So think of time as a circle. We go round the circle of time and we come back and we go round and we keep going. You'll see the patterns in recorded history. Things keep recurring. It's no coincidence. The phrase, there's nothing new under the sun, comes to my mind. Yeah, that's true, because we've always been here and we go round and round this amazing circle of time. More of that later. So if you can get away from the idea of linear time and accept that there are other ways of seeing time and perceiving it and using it, then this will help with your goal setting. So, what are goals? Well, goals are a picture of the future. And we can paint that picture with our hearts and minds. Goals are a picture of the future, which we paint with our hearts and minds. Okay, so some of the important things that we tend to overlook, and I want you to revive now and here during this session, is your will to live. That every human being has a will to live, a will to survive. Your purpose. Every human being has a purpose in life. What's your purpose? Think about it. Okay. And your intent. So maybe these words and phrases are not so common in your experience. Please bring them to mind. Think about your will to live, your will to keep breathing, keep eating and drinking so that you can live through each day. And what is your purpose in living, in existing? And what is your intent in this life that you have? Going back to my Aboriginal friends, they see life as a continuum. One existence peters out, as they put it, disintegrates, the flesh and the bones disintegrate, and a new presence is born. And that DNA or that spirit, or in their case, their totem. Each person in Aboriginal tribe has a totem, usually an animal or a plant, maybe a weather phenomena, or other things, and they live their lives with that purpose, making that species thrive, making sure the earth can sustain that species. So if we look at First Nations, we can get really inspiring insights into how to change our mindset. As you know, if you want to live your ideal life, establish a wonderful, strong identity on the internet, you need to transform your mindset. So event 4 is transformative. I'm giving you ideas and notions here, which I hope will make some changes for you. Okay. So, there is nothing mundane in life. The Aboriginals taught me this too. Everything that happens in your daily life, which you, consider to be mundane, has a special significance. Our lives are precious and sacred, and everything we do is special. And so if we live that way and are grateful for our lives, we have a very different view of goal setting, I can tell you. So nothing is, mundane. Think about every step, every second in your day as something special. You are a special being with a unique identity. There is nobody like you in the world. Your DNA is unique. As I said in event 2, even identical twins are not identical. Okay? So everything is special. Let's learn to appreciate that and be grateful for it. And human beings have what no other species have. They have the talent to create and to communicate in a way that animals and plants do not. They can't speak, mostly. We can speak, we can sing, we can dance. We've got so many art forms which will help us to communicate. We can write, we can paint, we can do so many things that other species don't do. Okay. And something to always keep in your mind during this event series is that Although your body is 100% evolved, a miracle of engineering the human body. It really is. And although that is so true, and probably we will not evolve anymore in this form, according to scientists, only 10% on the whole of that potential as a human being, as a human spirit, do we realize. We stay in our comfort zone. We rely, we depend. If we take away those dependencies and start to contact our true nature and our creativity, then we can increase that percentage by a lot. I would say in the last 2 years, I'm now 50% evolved because I'm using my creativity to live. I'm not dependent on anybody or anything. So these are notions I'd like you to put into your unconscious mind, and when you've got a down moment, hopefully some of what I'm saying will occur to you and you'll be curious and want to find out more. Visualization is an amazing thing. I teach people to visualize. I do it using Buddhist teachings, using meditation techniques, which I've evolved over the years. And I can certainly teach you how to visualize, in other words, to create the life that you want to live with your thoughts, with your feelings, with your judgments. Okay, so visualization versus goal setting, well, it doesn't really compare. Goals are two-dimensional. Usually we write them down or we say them. You know, they are not three-dimensional at all. On the other hand, visualizations, and certainly the type of visualizations I can teach you to do, are three-dimensional plus. We can add sounds and affirmations. We can use movement and animation in our visualization. We can even introduce smells. Okay, I regularly do that. My sense of smell is dominant, and so I often add a scent or an exotic perfume or something to my visualizations, which makes them real. So we have to be committed not to the ordinary, but to the extraordinary. We are extraordinary beings, and most of us are not utilizing our potential. We're limiting ourselves all the time. In these events and in my general mentoring of you, I want to open up a whole new vista of possibilities for you, specifically for you and your uniqueness. So here's a good quote. Goal setting is the art of envisioning a future that captivates your spirit and motivates your actions. It's the process of turning your dreams into tangible milestones, each step a testament to your commitment and courage to pursue the extraordinary. Now, this is my quotation, my interpretation of goal setting. Look at this wonderful vocabulary. Envisioning, captivates, the extraordinary, milestones, motivation, commitment, courage. All of this is involved in the rather two-dimensional, flat idea of goal setting. And many people say, oh, I'm so bored of setting goals. It's true. I can show you how to set incredible goals, which will keep you motivated and will keep you moving forward like the great river that you are. Yeah, don't sit on the banks of the river and watch it flow on. Get in the river. You are the river. You are the river which is flowing onward towards the ocean of all existence. Yeah, get inside that river and see that you can flow over all obstacles, over and around all obstacles. And your river can become wider and wider and deeper, especially if you do this training with me. Okay, so please remember that definition, which is a rather original definition. And I'd like to remind you what the Buddha said. The Buddha said, what you think, you become. What you feel, you attract. What you imagine, you create. So even 3,000 years ago, Buddha, my hero, one of my heroes, knew the power of the human mind. And so in your day ahead, after you've watched this recording, please remember that everything you think will figure in your life. So imagine the implications. If you think something negative, something like, oh, I'm not good at this, I'm hopeless at this, or I can't do this, of course, you will become someone who is hopeless at that. You will become someone who can't do it. Your thoughts are what you become. Your feelings, if you feel fear, if you're afraid of cutting the 9-to-5 chains, if you're afraid of that, that fear will follow you and you'll attract more fear to you. So this training is important because I'm going to teach you how to overcome fear and to very practically move forward steadily to a point where you can cut those chains and you can become entirely self-dependent like I am. Everything you imagine, you create. Therefore, if you imagine wonderful, good things like your ideal life, you'll create it. Do not underestimate the power of your mind. The mind is a phenomenal tool if it's used in the right way. So the key to powerful and effective visualization is to break all the clay pots of separation so that everything merges into a harmonious cosmic symphony of manifestation. This is another wonderful quote. It's unknown who said it, but it's wonderful, I think. The clay pots of separation, yes, break those. Don't be separate. You're not separate from anything. We're all part of everything. Break those clay pots. Aboriginals, again, going back to the Aboriginals, they taught me that so clearly. We're not separate. We are all part of the whole of existence. And our unique minds can contribute something that is much needed and much venerated to the global community. And there's never been a better time. We have the internet. Your identity, your presence on the internet is a superb opportunity to shine and to contribute. Another quotation here, humans are, this is from the Upanishads, the ancient Indian texts. Humans are like spiders spinning the web of their lives to crawl along. Humans are like spiders spinning the web of their lives to crawl along. We create our lives. Everything we think, feel, and imagine is what our life amounts to. So please reflect on this idea, and I'll be pursuing it later. So please remember, you are the supreme ruler of your universe, your mind. You are the supreme ruler of your mind, your universe. No one else can rule your mind. Unfortunately, strong social voices, fashions, expectations, all of these things external to us very often penetrate. But really, they are a dream. They're part of the dream of life. They're not real. What is real is inside you. And you are the supreme ruler, the only person who can rule your inner universe. Nobody else can. Even someone you love passionately cannot get inside you the way you can. Okay? And you are the ruler. So don't let anything else disturb that idea. Something crops up that you don't agree with, reject it. Have the courage to do that. And follow your mind, your heart. Now, excuse me, I'd like you to think about booking a 30-minute Zoom session with me today. Today. Don't wait. This will not always be free. I'm going to start to charge for this because my time is becoming more and more expensive these days. Take advantage of it now. You can see at the bottom of the screen my Zoom link will get you started, and the Calendly link will be, in fact, in your follow-up mail along with this recording. When I meet with you, I will make a needs analysis, and we will establish clear goals and a clear time frame for those goals. And then we're going to talk about marketing your uniqueness and your passion. This will be your market niche. We need to transform your mindset from a dependent employee to an independent creator or netpreneur. These events will help you to do that. And the live e-workbook I've created will help also, which I'll talk about in a moment. Excuse me. You can create a website with me in 6 steps from start to finish. Free. We can do it this week. Okay. Please take advantage of that training that I am providing. I will also audit your social media platforms and help you to create a new presence on them. And this will start to build your audience, and that will be traffic, which eventually will pay you, will buy things that you recommend. I can show you how to create content, posts, articles, videos, podcasts, any kind of media I can create. And I do. Every week I write between 10 and 20 articles and posts. I make 3 or 4, maybe more videos. I record podcasts, and all of these go onto my websites and into my social media platforms and attract people. We need to establish a sustainable and productive work routine for you, which I can help you to do. And we will do that by employing mindfulness and visualization. I am a Buddhist priest. I have been teaching mindfulness and meditation for a long time. I also teach people to visualize in a very extraordinary way, using all your senses and creating visualization like spinning a web, which, like a spider spinning a web, And this will create your life, and you will crawl out and live that life. So don't delay. This will not always be free. So please book a free 30-minute Zoom session with me today. Click on my Calendly link and you'll be able to choose your time and we'll be able to meet up and discuss your next steps. Okay, just to remind you, I provide 6 ways in which you can quit your 9-to-5 job and start a brand new life on the internet. There's just so many ways to get started. First of all, there's the free 6-step guide to launching your own website, your own piece of the internet, which is essential for your presence on the internet for the future. This is free. I can, in 6 steps, guide you. And at the end of the 6th step, we will create your website in less than 2 minutes. And there's a live workbook accompanying these events. This will allow you to dive more deeply into the themes and topics. I have to ask you to pay for that. Okay, it costs me a lot of money to produce. So it's $9.95, a snip, if I may say so. And there are workshops you can join to deepen your experience of these events. You can work with me as a coach. I can coach you. We can negotiate a price for that. If you are interested, please click on my Calendly link and we'll talk about it. But most of all, the first thing you can do today is get clear about what you want to do. No strings attached, a free 30-minute Zoom session with me. Take advantage of it this week, today. Do it today, book a session, and then hurry because sessions are filling up. And the final piece of the puzzle to this transition, this transformation that you're making, is working with Michael Chaney. He's created a 5-video training, free. He's my partner and my mentor. And in this training, you can learn how to master everything financial to get started earning an income from the internet. He did it 25 years ago. He quit his 9-to-5 job, was so disappointed, disillusioned by the traditional work model, and set out to create an internet business. Excuse me. I've still got my cough. Sorry. I'll just have a little drink. Excuse me. Oh, it's better. And so you can join him for this 5-video series free of charge. And at the end of that, he will invite you to become his apprentice, as he did with me. Sorry. Sorry. This is a great honor. And I love working with him. I work with him every day. We have a school community, 500 people, more, getting on for 600 people are on the community. We can help each other, support each other, but I can be in touch with Michael Chaney every single day. And I'm using his AI Millionaire tools at the moment, which are superb. So please take advantage of this. I'm throwing it at your feet. And it won't always be like this. Soon I'll be charging for these things. But because I'm just starting out on this campaign, you can take advantage of them free. So please jump in and make an appointment to speak to me today. I'm waiting. Now is the time. Take action today. Book a free Zoom consultation now to get you started. Sorry. So sorry. still got a bad cough from my infection. Let me just briefly bring this to your attention.
Each of these
this
images
is a video
has a
I
link
made
attached to them.
And
then we start
it
the
shows
events.
you
And
inside
you can see for event
the
1,
live e-workbook.
First of all, you have an article.
Each event has
several articles.
Texts,
then you have some exercises,
affirmations,
and you have some affirmations.
Exercises to breathe,
and then
chances
I
to
provide self-reflection pages. So you can
because
actually
it's interactive
type on these pages and record your feelings, your notes as you progress.
Also,
then we've got lots of videos,
endless number of videos which I load up
for each
to guide you,
event,
more opportunities to reflect,
opportunity for self-reflection,
and
then
inspiration from books and so on.
So amazing books that may inspire you, and images.
And then
so
we move on
each
to
event
the second
has
event.
so much
each event
into it.
has so much
and it's
in
growing
it.
all the time.
And between the event performances,
after each event
you can go more deeply into
I upload videos
topics.
that I made. I add more
and
texts,
there are many other resources
more inspiration
inside this
and
live.
And there are other resources too.
It's $9.95. You can buy it today. Just click on the link, which is in the flip guide, which you will receive a link to in
and it's
your
totally compatible with
follow-up mail.
Flipbook.
And here is the flipbook. It looks like this.
Startup guide.
It makes a noise when you open it. So I can't really hear it on this video, but
all
it's quite
the information
unique.
you need about
it's a catalogue,
events
there's an introduction,
you have
about my story,
you have
and
an
events list
here, and then you have all the training opportunities that come with the events,
the outcomes, the video series, the workshops.
Everything is included here in the
school community.
So really,
an overview,
using
a message,
e-workbook,
etc. And this will give you all the information you need to take full advantage of these events and join me by breaking the 9-to-5 chains and starting a brand new life, a bright life where you step out of the shadows of dependence into, at an hourly rate, into a whole new area of limelight on the internet as a global communicator, as a netpreneur. Every day I have a contact with people all over the world. Before this recording, I was speaking to someone in Iceland, one of my clients in Lisbon, another person in New Zealand. It's fantastic to be present on the internet, and your global presence is much needed, your uniqueness, your input. I'll be talking more about this in event 8, which is about a stitch, a vital stitch. You are a vital stitch in the tapestry of all life. So join me next week. We're going to look next week at event 5, which is about how to monetize your uniqueness and get you started thinking about your financial future. Thank you so much for listening. Please ask questions. Next week I'll be live again, so there'll be an opportunity for questions and discussion. But if there's anything you want to know, don't hesitate to contact me. All my details are in the flipbook at the back. And please book a Zoom call with me. I'd love to talk to you and get you started, get you embarked upon this amazing journey that I am on and loving. Thank you so much. See you next week for event 5. Same time, same place. Bye for now.